constantly feel a distant kind of longing. The longest song, the song of longing. I walk the same streets like a fading ghost, flickering grey soot, the same avenues, squares, parks, colonnades, like a ghost. Over the years, I find places I can go through, some process of recognition, remnants of almost forgotten places, always returning. I can detect tiny edges of time leaking through. I feel nothing is completely separate. At some point, everything leaks into everything else. The trick is in finding the places. They are all slowly moving, drifting. You can only do this accidentally. If you set out to do it deliberately, you will always fail. It's only when you remember. Only then will you realize that you caught a glimpse. While you were talking to someone else, or thinking of something, when your attention was diverted. Just a hint, a glimmer, a shade. Much later, you will remember, without really knowing why. Vague peripheral sensations gather. Some fraction of a long rhythm is beginning to be recognized. The hidden frequencies and tides of the city. The geometry of coincidence. You will certainly find yourself passing that way again at some point, but perhaps not for a long, long time. Over the years, you will gradually become aware of some slight differences in certain streets, in the light, the temperature, the way things feel, like a subtle change in the texture of a film, faintly aware that time moves in a slightly different way there. The city, after all, is a place of tides. Tides move down every street. Time does not move at a uniform rate here. The relative speeds of various time pockets throughout the city all move and form subtle currents around each other, resembling an ocean, which may look uniform, but it's really composed of great currents, contraflows, undercurrents, warm and cool streams of different densities and temperatures, swirling slowly or quickly, affecting each other at every boundary. This is the shifting city, the drifting city. You will be changed by walking down this street. The angle of coincidence, of memory, will alter other memories and make other connections. This street will become other streets in time. It will lead to other streets in time. Some streets lead into other times. You almost expect to see your father and mother, aged 21, walking arm in arm towards you. Some are streets from your own life, which you haven't walked yet. They will seem different when the time comes. You will not remember. Endless, revolving. You can never really return. You will never actually walk down that street ever again. Another time is another place. Turn and wave. Someone almost there, walking away now. The avenues lead into other avenues, where a glimpse of someone who is young will remind you that they must be many years older now. How did you miss them? How did you pass them by for so long? And where did all the time go? Some places seem still and quiet. They are islands, a few leaves fallen on the stone pavement, a trace of sunlit moss in a corner, an eroded line of memory, a bench, evergreen leaves. You can place your hand on the stone wall and feel the vibration beneath. This is simply the surface of things. It is shifting slowly all the time. Its molecules are moving. It is a liquid. You can push your hand through the surface. You can flow into it, dispersing outwards. You can breathe the ocean. It is composed of music, of echoes that will take many years to return, to reflect, to reverberate. They never disappear. They fade, mingle, make a finer and finer web of refractions. The movement gently, imperceptibly spins your skin away like candy floss. Spinning skeins of you combine with the ocean over years, over miles, over tides and times, until you become part of the hidden frequency of the rooms, of the streets, until you become part of the fabric of the shifting city.